Donald Trump is panicking as he's absolutely losing control over the war in Iran. Donald Trump's been giving media interviews where he's now saying the Pentagon told him we should expect a lot more service member deaths in the United States and to prepare for a lot of death. Donald Trump also said that he expects the war to last many, many weeks, 4 to 5 weeks. He also says that the model that he's trying to bring to Iran is the Venezuela model, do exactly what he did in Venezuela in Iran. And he says, look, we can even leave leaders from the Islamic Republic in place as long as they like Donald Trump. Also, Donald Trump said that he was currently having discussions with the top leadership of Iran, and he said that they are pretty productive right now, to which the top negotiator for Iran, who's known as the shadow manager there, a guy by the name of Ali Larijani, said, that's not true. He goes, we will not negotiate with the United States. And he posted that on social media in response to a Wall Street Journal article saying that Donald Trump and the United States were saying that they were having discussions with Larijani. What's notable about Larijani, he's the secretary of Iran's National Security Council. He was basically the chief negotiator with the United States. The intermediary was the foreign minister of Oman before Donald Trump invaded Iran. So he's a very influential figure in Iran. And he's saying, we are not negotiating with the United States, period, full stop. Sure, if Donald Trump says they want to talk, and I have agreed to talk, we don't want to, is what Larijani's saying. He's saying Donald Trump is a delusional person who suffers from, quote, delusional fantasies. A direct quote from Larijani. He posted it on social media. He goes, Trump plunged the region into chaos with his delusional fantasies and now fears more American troop casualties with his delusional actions. He turned his self-made America First slogan into Israel First and sacrificed American soldiers for Israel's power-hungry ambitions. And with new fabrications, it is once again imposing the cost of assassinating its own character on American soldiers and families. Today, the Iranian nation is defending itself. The armed forces of Iran did not initiate this aggression. That's what Larijani said. I'm going to show you more from Larijani in a little bit, but I want to share this with you as well, because an F-15 came crashing down over Kuwait. Apparently, there was a friendly fire incident, but let me show you what it looked like when there was a crash of an F-15 through this friendly fire incident over Kuwait. Now, I'll say this. Both the pilot and the weapon system officer, the WSO, on board the U.S. Air Force F-15E Strike Eagle that crashed this morning over Kuwait due to friendly fire appear to have survived being found by locals and transferred to local authorities in Kuwait. Here's an image of that F-15 crashing down. Play this clip.
شوف شوف لا والله حربية طيارة حربية طيارة حربية شوف 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 شوف.
And here's some alleged footage showing the pilot of the F-15 that crashed this morning due to friendly fire. Should also be noted
that Iran has continued its retaliation against the United States and against other nations in the region with U.S. Air Force bases. More strikes on Dubai, more strokes on Doha, Qatar. More strikes on Manama, the capital of Bahrain. More strikes throughout the region. More strikes in Israel as well. And some of those missiles, those ballistic missiles, have been able to make it through Israel's Iron Dome system. There was some reporting yesterday, which we cautioned against our audience believing, that the French military was going to be lending the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier to support the United States mission after Iran struck an Abu Dhabi, a location where France has a military base. But France made it very clear, actually, we are not sending the Charles de Gaulle aircraft. They said that they will defend their interest if needed. but they are not going to be doing anything offensive as it relates to helping the United States here. And I think they see what's going on throughout the region. It's not a powder keg. It is a full-fledged cauldron on fire right now. I'm going to do a whole other video on it this morning. But United States embassies throughout the region are being stormed, primarily by pro-Ayatollah Shiite militia groups and local groups in the area. I mean, for example, not just the embassies, but like in Erbil, where a United States ammunition factory was destroyed, there were drones from a pro-Iranian militia that struck the American interest in Erbil. It should be noted Iran has a lot of proxies all throughout the region that it has now activated. And if you look at some of these scenes, for example, outside the green zone in Iraq, just take a look at what's going down. Here, play this clip. And I'll share with you as well, the Iranian missile scored a direct hit in Jerusalem last night. Play this for you right here.
Oh my God. Holy shit! Oh my God! Yo!
You know, with all of this going on, a lot of people are saying, send Barron Trump and Don Jr. and Eric Trump and this whole grifter family, right? This whole grifter Trump family have made so much money selling away America's interests, making quid pro quo deals where our classified information has been given to China, or it's been given to the UAE or the Saudis, or of course to Israel, and for Donald Trump to personally enrich himself and his family at the expense of the American people. So yes, hashtag send Barron, send him to war, right? But Donald Trump gives a press conference yesterday where he's like, many more Americans are going to die. They're going to die, but that's the way it is. He goes, that's the way it is. That's the way it is. You are a 5-time draft dodger pretending you had bone spurs who steals the valor and mocks the valor of our courageous military, and as you've sent them into harm's way by provoking and starting a war in Iran over regime change or something like Venezuela, you have the audacity to say this is the way it is. Just the way it is, everybody. No, it shouldn't be that way. And no wonder that your support is so low and only 25 to 27% of Americans support what you're doing. Play this clip.
Earlier today, CENTCOM shared the news that 3 U.S. military service members have been killed in action. As one nation, we grieve for the true American patriots who have made the ultimate sacrifice for our nation, even as we continue the righteous mission for which they gave their lives. We pray for the full recovery of the wounded and send our immense love and eternal gratitude to the families of the fallen. And sadly, there will likely be more. Before it ends, that's the way it is. Likely be more, but we'll do everything possible where that won't be the case.
Now, I mentioned China there for a moment because China is right now condemning the United States invasion of Iran. China helps Iran. China helps Russia. Donald Trump helps China because he's an idiot and he is in awe of strong men like Xi Jinping and Putin, who Donald Trump wishes he was. So it was announced yesterday, the New York Times reported, what we predicted was going to happen all along, right? That the Trump administration is now, the regime is officially delaying arms sales to Taiwan, valued at $13 billion that has been approved by Congress. U.S. officials say that Trump wants to ensure a smooth summit with Xi Jinping in April. The U.S. war in Iran also cut into military resources for Asia. So remember, Xi Jinping told Donald Trump, you cannot give that money, you cannot give that aid, you cannot give support to Taiwan if you want a state visit to China. Remember last year when Xi Jinping told Donald Trump, you can't let the president of Taiwan even use the U.S. airspace. Remember how I told you Xi Jinping was testing Trump last year and got Trump to ban the president of Taiwan from using United States airspace en route to Central America or South America? I said, of course, Donald Trump's going to block the billions of dollars in military aid and assistance and weapons to Taiwan. He wouldn't even let the president of Taiwan fly over U.S. airspace. That's how weak and pathetic Donald Trump was to Xi Jinping. Well, now Donald Trump and the State Department have halted all weapon support and halted the $13 billion that were promised to Taiwan. That's why you can't trust Donald Trump on any deal at all. He will betray you. He is a liar. He is a fraud. He is a felon. He is a sexual predator. And right now, the Epstein war rages on. That's what everybody's calling it now. Operation Epstein Fury. It is interesting. Epstein Files, EF. They call it Epic Fury. It's actually Epstein Fury or the Jeffrey Epstein War, EF. And I just do think it's notable that when the Trump regime is being exposed in the Epstein files, that they provoked this war. And Iranian officials are now saying they're covering up the Epstein files, and this is a war by the Epstein class. That's even what Iran's calling the United States out for. Well, all of this is taking place. Donald Trump's warmonger buddy, Lindsey Graham, was on state regime media. He's saying, time for war with Cuba. Time for war with Cuba. Here's what Graham said. Play this clip.
Is President Trump finished the job that President Reagan failed to do. I am a big admirer of Ronald Reagan, but I'm here to tell you that Donald Trump, in my opinion, is the gold standard for Republicans, maybe any president, and when it comes to foreign policy. Maduro, everybody talked about him. Well, Donald Trump's got him in jail. Cuba's next. They're going to fall. This communist dictatorship in Cuba, their days are numbered. The Iranian regime, the mothership of international terrorism, is about to collapse. The captain of the ship, the Ayatollah, is stone cold dead.
And then Lindsey Graham said, Donald Trump is unleashing right now on Hezbollah. They're weak. We got these bastards on the rope. This guy's a weird dude, Lindsey Graham, man. Here, play this clip.
Iran is a place that could be wonderful without Hezbollah. Hezbollah has American blood on its hands. It killed those Marines, 220, 18 sailors in 1983. And Ronald Reagan, the great Ronald Reagan, left and never did a damn thing. Mr. President, unleash the American military with Israel on Hezbollah tonight. Finish these bastards off. They have American blood on their hands, and it shows you how desperate Iran is to have to rely upon Hezbollah. We have a chance here not only to take the mothership of terrorism down, Iran, we also have a chance to eliminate one of the most lethal proxies in the Mideast, Hezbollah. Mr. President, do it and do it now. They're weak. We can take them out, and we should take them out. Between the United States and Israel, we got these bastards on the ropes. Finish them off.
Then he starts to say how much he loves Donald Trump and he admires Donald Trump. Here, play this clip.
Admired you. I never admired you more than I do right now. When it comes to Hezbollah, seize the moment here. They picked this fight. They joined the fight. Make sure they pay a price.
Then he says to the American people, you better realize how much safer you are right now, thanks to Donald Trump.
And it really is what you think. You think we're actually safer right now. I think the opposite here. Play this clip.
This regime is in its death throes. Finish them off. And to the American people, if you don't think we're safer tonight, you've missed a lot. We're safer tonight, and we're going to be safer tomorrow. And the ultimate safety comes when people in charge of Iran don't want to kill us.